Hello all, and welcome to TAR Tier 2, Round 4. And...
No!
Bad, are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
Fuck me!
if I show you a clip from Quali, that shows you that Quali didn't go well. That's your key indicator. But we are starting down in P15. We crashed at the start of Q2, so not a great start. And then into turn 1, we have a big smoke screen, can't see a thing, and we run into the back of the McLaren that has stopped.
Point in doing this.
And I'm not happy, as you can hear. But we're not the only driver with damage here, and Codzilla's actually letting people through because he knows he's damaged, but we're still trying to drive the car even with the damage, which is normally not something I do. Normally I box immediately, but we're trying to stick it out. But lap 2, we see the car on the inside of Legend. He is in the wall, so that safety car has helped us box onto the mediums. And we knew in the forecast it was going to be wet later on, so we could go mediums to the wets, and we get ahead of Alex F1 into turn 1, and then ahead of our teammate on the very next lap. He lets us on through as we set the fastest lap, trying to catch the drivers ahead. And again with a smoke screen, that why is it in the game?
There's no random fucking smoke screen at turn 1, like, what the fuck's that about?
I don't know why they have that in the game. We see Waddington crash out. That's another safety car. And we actually jump a lot of drivers who choose this safety car to box, and we jump all the way up into P3. So from being P15 and then damage immediately to then P3, I'd say is a decent enough turnaround. But anyway, we're P3 under this safety car restart now. And just keeping it clean as Bruno in the softs trying to dive it through. There's Darko Wade trying to come through in the softs as well. Another safety car comes out, and then as the safety car is going in, there's the rain coming down. But at this moment, the rain only started coming down, and as you watch second by second, an absolute baptism of rain comes down as I try and get us restarted, where the rain was just not that heavy, and then all of a sudden on this lap it was. And we brake very early because we know how wet it is. Wade goes far too deep into turn 1, gets a penalty for good measure, as we're trying to find a way through now.
How did it get that wet that quickly?
On
Like,
Wade.
what is that?
But you can hear I'm not happy because it just heavens immediately. And Wade again, completely missing the corner. We're trying to find a way through, but we lose the rear. And then a safety car comes out, which saves us because we would have lost so many positions there. If that safety car had not come out, and we exit the pits onto the inters in P6, and Darko Wade, who's one of the quicker drivers in TAR Tier 2, has a drive through. But in the end we get the restart. We're now trying to catch the Williams of Rusted Bolt. He's going to cover off the inside. We're going to choose the outside. We brake and are trying to find a way through around the outside. He understeers a little wide, a little bit of contact, and we have a little bit of contact back with him again as Bruno and Golden Eggfire both go off. Immediate safety car again, and we actually got a penalty for that Rusted Bolt incident, but I successfully appealed it because if you watch it back, you'll see that it's not my front touching his front, it's my like rear tire locking, or his rear tire locking with my like side pod. But yeah, it says full wets, and then we have another restart here, and at this point we cannot see a thing. Now that it is full wets, we see Para go off, Godzilla, who's on the inters. We're trying to find a way through. We touch the grass a little bit. And it's just an absolute calamity here. There's 5 cars. And Rusted Bolts even here. There's 6 cars. Skeepies there, 7. That are not operating in a lot of real estate. And we go for the move around the outside. And Godzilla moves very late and pushes us onto the grass. And we have to bail out of the corner to not make any more contact. We leave the space on the outside, but it's too wide behind me, and I don't know that. So I was actually being like reported for another pan there, and the stewards didn't give me one because I couldn't tell it was too wide behind me. But we do get through on Godzilla, who is on the inters, and it is now lap 22, and we're on the wets. And at this point, chat, we're P4, and I start to get over a second down, and in my head I think, why am I not in the zone? I should just push, because there's the chance that I could win. And here on lap 26, there's a bit more carnage here, and Para struggling for traction here. And on the outside of Para, we're looking for the move as he tries to cover us off, but we do get around the outside here, and we're dumping the battery. Bad Otter, and he is side by side. We get through him, Para. We take the race in line. A bit of contact between Bad Otter and Hayes. We switch back Bad Otter beautifully. And as Hayes was actually forced off there, she gets an illegal overtake, which allows us into the lead. And they're battling side by side now as we get on through. And immediately they lose loads of time. Para gets on through the P2. We have a massive snap of the rear out of a Scary, and as we head onto the final lap, I'm just worried about Para, who really is the man who could stop us here. He's 5/10 back, but as we plant the throttle now out of Parabolica, what can we do? And we immediately see the delta jump around 4/10, so Para's had some sort of snap out of Parabolica, and the gap is just building and building. And we're now just trying to keep it calm, because we know as long as we keep it calm, we will have our first win on F124. I have not won, or F123, sorry. I have not won since F121. I have not won in 2 years. And we now have a 2-second lead as the drivers behind continue to battle. And then and that gasp was my heart absolutely sinking to the bottom of my stomach after that snap of the rear. I was not expecting it, but we saved it somehow. But that was as close as it can come to almost dying like we did in quali. But on lap 27 we finally have one more corner to do, and it'll be our first win in 2 years after starting in P15. What a recovery drive, and what a win. Come on! Yes! Fucking get in! And you can tell I was quite happy.
What the fucking... I don't even know if my mic has been working this whole fucking time.
But literally fucking couldn't have been a more perfect end to a race. And then
yes!
I almost lost the win because of penalties.
God, I don't believe it. I actually don't believe it.
We successfully appealed the only penalty that we did get, and the stewards did see my point of view, so we have kept that win, and I'm so glad we have. I can retire this game happy. And we also get driver of the day.
Let's go!
And
let's fucking go.
I'm glad and proud that I finally did get that elusive win on this game, because F122 was broken.
Yes!
And we also get the fastest lap for good measure. The extra point always helps. But anyway, on to the next one. We'll see, can we continue the form.